Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this other video. So I had a bunch of people ask me to make another video for cross method. So I'm going to show you how cross method would have been used to factor something in a simple trinomial and then in a complex trinomial. So in this case here, cross method would essentially be, so you're going to start off, drawing a cross. So you draw a cross. No, not this cross, think less church, more X. Because apparently a cross in mathematics is, an X. So what are we going to do in this cross? I'm going to make this more connected here, So what we're going to do is in these crosses, you are going to write down what things would multiply to give you this. Those would go here. So, what multiplies to give me x squared? Well, x times x will give me x squared. Well, what's going to give me 18? Well, 1 and 18, 9 and 2, and 6 and 3. I'm going to try out 6 and 3 here, since that is actually the right answer. But I also want to show you what would happen if it went wrong. So first I'm going to show you the right, then I'm going to show you the wrong. So it is 6 times 3. Okay. Once you've done that, you're going to draw an arrow. I'm sure you're going to draw much better arrows than me. What does this mean? It basically means that this multiplies with this, and this x multiplies with this 3. So that's going to give me, x times 6 is 6x. X times 3 is 3x. And then you have to ask yourself, because I want to get plus 3 here. So what do I do with my 6x and 3x to get plus 3x? Well, I would have a plus 6 and a minus 3, because 6 minus 3 is 3x. So then you just put your symbols in. So I want to have a plus 6 and a minus 3, in which case my two factors would be x plus 6 and x minus 3. So now I'm going to show you what would happen if you picked the wrong factors. Alright, so in this one I'm going to show you what would happen if you picked the wrong factors. Obviously you can't really pick the wrong factors for the x squared because it's always going to be x and x, because x times x is still going to give me x squared. But for the minus 18, you're going to have, let's say, 9 and 2. So I'm going to go 9 and 2. And let's see what happens. So we're going to put our arrows. Let's do our multiplications. So x times 9 is 9x. X times 2 is 2x. Well, is there any way that 9x and 2x is going to give me 3x? No. There's no actual way. So this doesn't work. So you'd have to try again. You'd have to erase these numbers. Maybe they're in the wrong position. Let's go with putting them in opposite positions. Let's go 2 and 9. So this would give me 2x and 9x. Well, that didn't work. Still giving me the same thing. So this factor does not work. Obviously, this method really relies on you knowing your factors to optimize your speed here. So the next case I can think of would be 6 times 3. Now instead of putting 6 and 3 like I did before, what if I put 3 and 6 like this? Well, in this case, it's going to work out, because x times 3 is 3x, x times 6 is 6x. Well, I still want to add the 6, and I still want to subtract the 3, so this still works. Now, there's a reason why I showed you positioning, and that's going to be very important once we look at complex trinomials in this next slide. Okay, so let's take the same example we used when we did splitting and grouping. So, once again, now we have 12x squared, and we have 6. So, what are the factors I want here? Well, I can go 2 times 6, I can go 3 times 4. Well, I already know it's going to be 3 times 4, so I'm going to use that. Okay, now for the 6, we can have 2 times 3, we can have 1 times 6. I don't think 1 times 6 is really ever going to give me a negative 1 in the middle. So I'm going to go with 2 and 3. So let's do that. 2 and 3. Once again, sorry, I forgot the x's. So let's multiply this out, because 4x times 3x is 12x squared. So remember, put your arrows. So you're going to have 3x times 2x, which is 6x. You're going to have 4x times 3, which is 12x. So is there any combination of this that's ever going to give me minus 1x? No, there really isn't. So these don't work. You can test them out if you wish. You'll have 12 minus 6, which is 6, 6 minus 12, which is minus 6, and then 12 plus 6, which is 18. None of these are going to give me negative 1. So that means these are not in the right position. So let's try flipping them. Let's put the 3 here and the 2 here. This is where the flipping of the other example comes into play. So now you have 3x times 3, which is 9x. You have 4x times 2, which is 8x. Now it kind of looks like it's coming into play here. I want to get minus 1. Well, if I want to get minus 1, that means my bigger number should be the negative. So I should have negative 9 plus 8, which is going to give me negative x. So if I want to have negative 9, that means I should have negative there and a plus there. So my two factors should be 4x minus 3 and 3x plus 2. Now, once again, if you don't very much like this method and really like the splitting and grouping method, you can choose to use that method as much as you possibly like. These methods are just giving you additional tools and additional ways to factor. Some people may like this one, some people like the other one. Choose the one that you feel the most comfortable with. I hope this has helped, and have a great day.